Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of JTP, Journey to Parenthood with the Hearts. So, we are now talking about
our second trimester.
Those trimester.
Yeah.
Those
the best trimester.
Definitely. I think I'm gonna start by saying that in the second trimester is where I felt a bit safe because we were past the 12th week, and then also I was okay with people knowing about us being pregnant. So that's when we even did more of the videos of announcing with our parents, with our friends and stuff like that. So for me, when we were getting into, I was really excited because I felt a bit safe.
Yeah, you were like,
I felt a bit like,
I'm sure we're pregnant.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe now.
I think also it's the pregnancy anxiety is underrated. Yeah, so the second trimester feels a bit like safe, you're
it's like,
sure.
Okay,
yeah.
Come here, baba.
Exactly. So one of my highlights for our second trimester was actually the trip that we did to Elementaita.
We did a trip.
Yeah.
See, when you're chilled and when you're feeling safe,
yeah,
you're just like, let's do some.
Yeah, so the trip to Elementaita was really good.
Yeah.
It was also nice for us to go and talk about us and like what this means, and like we really rested. I remember that we didn't do as much content. We just were unplugging.
Yeah.
Like we slept in, we watched movies. Like it was such a nice trip.
Yeah.
That one was definitely a highlight. We were actually, it was our 13th week when we went, so it was literally at the beginning of the second trimester. Yeah,
it was really nice. We had a good time.
That was a highlight for sure.
And that time you are not getting easily exhausted.
Yeah, I had all the energy. I still had energy.
It was
I got
was an
food
amazing
poisoning
time.
though.
Yeah.
From fish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that I remember.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so there was that. And then the second trimester, so one thing about me, I really wanted to dress up for my pregnancy. I didn't want to put on like maternity wear. Like I just wanted to dress up. So I also went all out in the second trimester because like the bump is like...
No shade against those who decide to just chill.
No shade.
No shade for sure.
So the bump is starting to show. It's like a small cute bump. So like you can like dress up a bit. We still hadn't announced it online yet, so it was mostly people around us who knew that we were pregnant. I genuinely
stress. I think also now there are some things which are being removed from your outfit consideration, like for example jeans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember
for
there's
sure.
a day you tried jeans and
like, they couldn't even go past my hips.
Nope.
I literally removed them from my closet and took them to the extra room because I was like, I'm not gonna wear this until later.
Yeah, definitely some things got out of the outfit wear, and now Sundays used to be a lot of work because Makena would take so long.
By the way, because I would still want to look good, but also like I think, because you see the body is now changing a lot more. First I was gaining weight, not rapidly, but I was gaining weight.
Yeah, true.
The bump was showing, or the bump was there, so like, you know, clothes that were tight over here, and then also you also don't want to show it too much, the bump, because it's not there very much. And then so it was such a struggle dressing up, and I still want to look nice, so it was such a struggle. But thanks, I used to be over there, babe, what do you think about this one? What do you think about it? It was such an interesting struggle, but I enjoyed dressing up for,
you did
for the second
and
trimester.
Makena was very consistent with taking photos of her bump.
Yes, for sure.
To just keep track
document. Which
so,
I was actually looking back at them. Was it today or yesterday? Just seeing how the bump has grown, how I've changed. Like it's,
so if you can, document just for yourself.
For yourself, it doesn't have to
else,
be for sharing. Just document and see how you progress. Along the months.
I like that. It's something I really admired.
Yeah.
you were not doing it for anybody but yourself.
Myself.
So which was good.
The thing that I did not like about the trimester was how awkward people can get because it's like, are you pregnant or are you not? So like people are not sure whether to ask you some and then some
congratulations.
Then some will just say congratulations, they don't say what it is for. Like it was a very awkward.
Whisper, I know.
It was so awkward and it was so annoying for me at times. I remember, oh my god, I used to complain to Ethan.
And I was just like
my goodness, it was just a lot. So for me, the other thing actually is that why it was a sensitive issue for me is because I have fibroids, and they're not small fibroids. So that made me a big bump girl. So people would comment about how big my bump is.
You're big.
You're big. Hey, Kwani, when are you, Nini? Let me tell you, I don't know if I've told you this story. So I was at 20 weeks. Then there was this event that we went to, and there were many people. So I'm 20 weeks is like halfway through the journey, right? Like you have 20 other weeks to go. Then we went to this event, and first of all someone said, oh, congratulations, should we be ready? So she was alluding to the fact that like I look like
you're ready to pop,
and I'm just halfway there. Imagine. So I was like, no. Like I brushed it off, we just continued. That day, a couple of other people commented about my bump. They're like, how far along? I'm like, 20 weeks is what, 4 months or 5? And then they're like, bado, like things like that. And you see, I don't think people realize how insensitive that can be, because for me it was insensitive because I knew why I was looking like I was big. It's because of the fibroids. They were literally taking like half my stomach. So I remember this day, literally like enough people commented about how big I was. Then we went to Junction to get bras. So we go now. Also, those are the things now. Like will change. Like your boobs will go bigger and stuff. So we walk into Junction, Mr. Price, to get bras, and then so I pick out the bras and then I go to the changing room, right? So see, of course I undress. Then there was a mirror over there. Let me tell you. Did I tell you this story?
I think so.
I broke down cause.
Oh no, that part.
Cause now everything everyone was saying was now like their sounds were now playing back in my voice, in my head, and I could see myself and I could see that I was actually big. And I cried, you guys. I cried so much. Like I cried. And then I'm like, I'm actually even here to buy bras because mine don't fit. So I'm actually really big, you know? So it was very, and it has been, like even to the 3rd trimester, people have been very insensitive. Hey, your kid is big. What? And our child is not big. Our child is just normal age. Normal, weight. Kgs. Weight. So I think for me now this is a pointer to people to be a bit more sensitive.
I think one of the things that I've learned, because at first, to be honest,
you didn't get it.
And not even I didn't get it. I did, and I think I was just like, we need to give people grace. But also at the same time, and I say this here, because I've been there, I've made that mistake before. My advice would be just try to be sensitive with what you're telling
someone,
a pregnant lady. Just don't just blab out things. I know sometimes we don't even mean we don't mean to be offensive. But
the fact that you don't know what the person is going through demands of you to be sensitive.
Exactly. Don't just go and speak out loud. Just go and be
choose your words correctly.
Exactly. So that's definitely something I would say people need to work on. And I think for me it also, first of all, I used to ask Ethan, is it that I'm too much or are people actually just they don't realize? I even started thinking about myself and I'm like, have I ever commented
to a pregnant woman about how she looks. Then I was like, I really don't think I have. So like Ethan is saying, sometimes I know it's not coming from a bad place, but also the fact that you have no idea what is going on, just be sensitive. Because like for me now it was
cautious.
Yeah, just be cautious, because for me now it's always the ones for, and then I'm usually like, okay, so you guys think this baby is big, the baby will come out and you guys will be like, alikuwa mdogo na vile alikuwa mkubwa, like it just never ends. So just be sensitive, you know, with your comments and stuff.
So second trimester was really about
we did a lot.
We were very, very active. We were up and down a lot. We, like McKenna said, we went for the streets. We started, or rather you started, buying clothes.
Oh yeah.
There's the exercise part, but there's also the buying clothes.
At 20 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you came with your first car. Was it a onesie?
I was so excited.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's too early.
It was actually after the trip, then I bought a onesie. We were just somewhere and then they were selling clothes and I was like, let me buy one onesie.
Yeah.
It was so nice. Oh, it was so cute. Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess also one of the things to be aware of is ladies and guys process it differently.
Very differently.
You get?
Yeah.
For me, I was like, I'd say it's a bit too early for us to be buying clothes right now. But McKenna was really excited about it. So there's also, you got into exercising. Yeah,
so actually, I like to say I was at my fittest when I got pregnant. At least post-marriage. Think about it. Because we used to do 10 km, no?
We used to walk a lot.
We used to walk a lot.
Yeah, that was the time we actually started walking a lot.
10k steps or 10 km.
What? We used to do 10k steps.
10k
we used
steps.
to do, we started with 5 and then we went to I think 7 or 8 and then you are like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Then it was at 7. You remember when we went?
Steps or 7 km?
7k steps.
No, km.
We actually did 7 km.
Yeah, steps was 10k.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually
The goal
steps
was
were
10K
many.
steps.
Because I remember, actually you're right. Because I remember there's a time I think we got to like 12k.
Yeah. So we used to do walks on Mondays.
We went to Karura also.
Karura. Oh, we did a long one that day. So I was at my fittest when I was getting pregnant. I slowed down a bit now when I started getting tired towards the end of the first trimester. Then I picked it up. Yeah, then I picked it up in the second trimester. Is when now I started working out, just doing home workouts and stretches. I reduced the duration because I used to work out, say, 45 minutes, an hour.
Was this still the time you were doing the Roomba?
Yeah, the
lady.
Grow with Joe. Yeah. So I used to work out and then I downloaded the Just Dance app.
Yeah, I remember.
So I used to do
used to be dances. So committed to that. I would just walk into the house and find you dancing.
Yeah, and
even when we had our nieces here,
over, we danced together.
With them, so
So I think also that I would say that I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did exercise when I was able to.
Yeah.
And then we live on the 4th floor, and there's no lift or elevator.
No elevators.
So every day when I go down, I have to come back. What goes down?
Must come up.
So that also has been a form of exercise. But I was very energetic in the second trimester. I was still hanging out with people.
Yeah.
I was still working and going out to do like meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Like basically.
Actually, in the second trimester, we started getting jobs for.
No.
That was the.
So
in the second, but you were still doing. There was work you were doing.
Just tummy stuff. Yeah. I also did my birthday shoot. My face hadn't changed that much, so still because we hadn't announced, so we were able to like get away with it online and just post it.
Yeah.
But of course, some people were like, McKenna, amepotea, nini. So
we got back in the third, babe. We got back in the second. Hey, Kraswan was second trimester.
It was the beginning of the
when did we post the video?
August.
Which is that trimester?
Beginning
of third. Okay. Yeah, but the second trimester was very much active, especially for you by yourself.
Yeah.
Did a lot of workouts, did a lot of walking and working.
Yeah.
So second trimester, of course.
We hosted a lot.
Oh my gosh.
We hosted
I don't know why.
But we
I do not know why. We can.
Hosted,
I don't think we can ever explain how much we hosted
in
the second trimester.
We were just hosting.
Wow. It was like I think there was a whole queue.
Yeah, we were literally hosting like almost every other weekend.
Like na sisi tunakuja lini? Na sisi tukuja lini? You guys.
And we enjoy hosting.
Yeah. There was a time we were saying. I remember we said, sorry, next week we are having these guys over. Maybe
but you guys can do next. Yeah, we enjoyed hosting. Like it was the second trimester is where they like, and you see it's talked about and they say it's the best, it's the most energetic, but like when like having experienced it, it was actually like do the most in your second trimester, because now the third you start to get heavier and stuff like that. So yeah.
And I hope I'm correct about this. Did we start using meal also in second trimester?
Yes, we started doing meal prep towards the end of the first.
We started doing meal prep in the beginning of the second trimester.
Yeah.
And so
we started taking our nutrition a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
Because we had come from a period of cooking every day and it was getting tiring.
A huge struggle.
Yeah, sometimes you come from work and you don't feel like cooking, but also this is the time that you need the nutrients because the body needs the nutrients.
Yeah.
So we got a chef who used to come and she used to like meal prep for us, and the food would take us a bit longer, and so our eating habits improved.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah.
I could still wash the house. Oh, how I miss those days. Right now. Hey, yeah.
I'm trying to think when I started becoming a butch. Also, it was
first trimester.
First time. Oh yeah, that was first trimester.
Butch. Ethan has been very helpful in this season, by the way, because
I've been actually more home.
Yeah, first of all, he's been more home, which I've been so happy about. Let me tell you, I don't know what it is about pregnancy, but I just want to see him around me all the time. So I was so glad.
Maybe that's what happened.
When?
Like that desire for having me around in spirit. Your spirit was just calling on mine. You need to stay around. Because I was literally, I can't even explain.
Yeah, I used to be home a lot. And even you wanted to be home, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what changed.
Yeah.
Because
even like your hangouts, like
they reduced. Reduced my days at the studio. Yeah. So
it used to be really nice. And then you see, there's some things I genuinely couldn't do. Like I couldn't, what couldn't I do? But that was the first trimester, yeah. Like I couldn't stand the smell of onions and stuff.
Guys, I have to say, second trimester was really chill. It was really chill.
It was like, let me tell you, I used to say, it's just the bump. Otherwise, everything else was normal.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the bump.
It felt like things just reverted back to
normal.
Yeah, despite the small things.
Yeah.
We were working just the same way we used to. There was even with clinics, it didn't feel so intense as previous ones and stuff like that. So
Ethan was there for all the clinics.
The one thing in the second trimester that we looked forward to at first was knowing the gender. So our plan was, I remember that our plan was, we had decided that we would know, but we wouldn't tell people. We would do like a gender reveal for our friends.
Yeah.
And then the day we went, which was the 28th week, yeah?
Yes, 24th.
So the 24th.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the 24th week when we went to get that done, the sonographer said that he wasn't quite sure. So we decided, you know what?
Let's hold it.
We're gonna wait with
until
everybody.
the baby shower.
So we actually waited till 30 something.
Yeah.
Till 30 something weeks to find out our gender. And within that, because I know, the gender was found out on the 28th week because it was found out before we knew 4 weeks earlier. Right?
Yeah, because we found out because our baby shower was at the 32nd week.
Yeah. So that I think that was a major thing. I actually think that was a major thing for us. And even everyone was always asking us, have you guys found out the gender? Do you want to know the gender? So that was actually the most exciting part about it, which we then decided, you know what, we'll just wait and find out with everybody else. Yeah, during the shower. Yeah,
it's also the time we started thinking about the shower. It's also when we did the pregnancy announcement video. We shot it.
Oh, we actually shot
it in July, so that was the end of the second trimester. I actually wish we did our photo shoot then.
Which one?
Baby, like a
outdoor.
No, like an indoor one.
Oh, but I still liked the time we did ours.
Anyway,
I really love those images.
You do,
so
I know.
much.
Yeah. So it's also the time we shot our pregnancy announcement video, which we did in Naishola. So Naishola, I don't know if we talked about it in our Journey to Marriage series, but we really wanted to do our wedding in Naishola.
We always wanted to do it,
but we couldn't because it was too expensive, COVID.
And it didn't make sense for us for the number of people that we had and how much we were paying for the ground. So we decided to switch it up.
So we really wanted to do our wedding at Naishola, but when it didn't happen, I knew for sure I would do something at Naishola. So it was the perfect venue for us to shoot our pregnancy video, which is on Instagram. So I guess that one you'll have to go to Instagram and see what we're talking about. But so that's when we did our pregnancy announcement video.
Prior to that, we were not going to announce. And there were just some gigs that came by that where we had to now come back online, or rather McKenna had to come back online. So that's when now we decided, okay, we need to work on a
I mean, the plan was still there.
What?
To work on the video. It's just I wasn't gonna post it.
Until after. That was the plan, right? Yeah.
Although I had said September. There's a time I had said September, and then
you were still not sure.
Still wasn't sure whether I wanted to let the world into that space. But it was.
How do you feel now that you did that? Like since you did that?
Let me tell you, it was scary. Kwanza, I remember I did the caption. Okay, we did the caption together actually. And then I told Ethan, Shika, you press the post button. And I went and I showered and I continued with my life because I was like, ooh, I don't want.
I was over there enjoying just
it felt like too much info, like, oh my God, so many people are going to be in my space. Even at that time, it felt very... Like I didn't want it, but after a while it felt, I don't say liberating, but it felt okay because now I could, show up on my stories because now people know. I could do content. I could do like content all over again. Although I have to say,
because even before you say that, because I remember there was a time you'd post even selfies and everyone would be like coming to your DM like, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant and whatnot?
I have to say though, I actually enjoyed it felt like a break because I actually in my first trimester I wasn't feeling like posting and I was okay with it, and I had made peace with the fact that not posting would mean my insights would go really low. And I was fine with it because I was like, I'm not ready to let the world into this journey yet. So so the second trimester, genuinely there's not much to write home about. It was mostly
because it's really just
it was a very chill but very enjoyable trimester. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to let us know in the comments section. Did you enjoy talking about
give us a like on the
Are you gonna leave me hanging? Okay.
I did enjoy. I enjoyed
it's also been nice
I think about
seeing you embracing this new journey. Because even you've changed. If you don't know,
it's true.
If you don't know now, you know. Even you've been pregnant.
I think really the second trimester was when we tried to think back on it, a lot happened that seemed like we were back to normal life.
Yeah.
So there's
nothing standing out that we were pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Because we did almost every activity that a normal person would do. So it was pretty much chill. That's why it feels so like there's not so many major things.
Yes.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much
for watching this episode of Journey to Parenthood. We shall be back here with episode 4.
Yes, episode 4.
Parenthood.
The third trimester.
No, I think the next one will be the baby shower, and then now the third trimester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we shall be back here with episode 4 of the Journey to Parenthood. Let us know if you're enjoying this series. Let us know what you would like to know in the upcoming episodes. We can do a video now later just talking about your questions and stuff like that. But we are really enjoying just letting you guys into like this journey because, you know, like we said again, full of God's footprints in the journey, and yeah. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe.
Make sure to
like
subscribe.
This video, comment down below, share, do all this good stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.